Hello, everybody. Cindy Greenway here, editor-in-chief at lawmarketing.com. And today we're talking about getting business. We're talking about the fear of asking for business and so on. And I'm here with Kimberly Rice, the principal of KLA Marketing Associates, a business development advisory firm focusing on legal services, primarily in the area of leading to new clients and increased revenue. So, Kimberly, welcome. Thanks for joining me again here today.
Thanks, Cindy. It's a pleasure to be here.
Right. So we've talked before about the fear of asking for business and how attorneys may feel rejection and so on when they don't get business. But I'd like to sort of dive into this a little bit more because you wrote a really great article on this topic, and I'd like to learn more about how to ask for business because I think there's some um, clarity that we can add to our viewers here today on when's the right time to ask for business and how that can help with us feeling comfortable with actually pursuing a lead and potentially turning them into a client.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so much to be said. Lawyers, unfortunately, are not taught the business of law in law school.
Mm-hmm.
It's the rare law firm who actually has either in-house training or they bring sales trainers into their firm.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a whole, I mean, just like anyone who's in sales in the corporate world, there is a process and there's a very dynamic way that, folks know how to go through that sales process and utilize the sales funnel. But what I see as the common denominator in legal services is that, all of us are in the relationship building business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you're hawking vacuum cleaners. I mean, these are solutions to what can be very, high level, high stakes problems depending on your area of focus.
Mm-hmm.
So there needs to be a lot of attention paid to, being professionally trained in how to go through that sales process.
Okay. So an attorney that is unclear about when it's the right time to ask or how to ask for someone's business, what are some tips you can offer to them?
Well, first of all, Cindy, I think more than anything, it's so important if an attorney is, courting a prospect to get to know he or her and what their business challenges are. Oftentimes in sales speak, we say, what are the pain points? So oftentimes it's easy to do that in an attorney's respective area of law if they understand what's going on in the industry in which their prospect is operating.
Mm-hmm.
So that would help them key into what the issues may be that their prospects are confronting. But then, as we've said many times, asking the open-ended, questions of, how is this impacting your business or how is this impacting your life? What do you see the cost of being at the cost of doing nothing? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what are the problems and what solutions are you looking for? And oftentimes prospects don't know what they're looking for. They just want the pain to go away.
Exactly.
And so oftentimes, lawyers, I'm sure they serve as venting symbols or their point of venting for prospects that they may not know what to do. And so oftentimes lawyers can be well served if they maybe on a non compensatable basis say, well, I'd be glad to take a look at your contract to see if what's going on here, if there's an issue or if you're within a legal right, if there's actually a legal issue that's at stake here. Oftentimes they can offer to give something to that prospect, a little bit of their time in an investment in the relationship. So that can be very useful.
So the timing really then you've just answered that question in a sense here. The timing is when you've had that conversation, you've asked those open-ended questions, and you can see that that prospect is in pain or is having a big challenge, and you can
Mhm.
determine when the timing is right there. So great.
Yes, I mean, and there's no one size fits all. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's all, it depends on what the person's business is. It depends on what the industry is. It depends on, it's not, I mean, literally, if you met somebody one night, you're not going to say, oh, do you have a lawyer? Let me be your lawyer. That's not how we do that.
Right.
That, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. It really is getting to understand and know the prospect, and it could be a friend of a friend. I mean, the relationship connections are limitless. But the bottom line is that if you approach a prospect with a genuine desire to help that person or that company, then that comes through the authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
And then the questions can flow easier than if you feel like you're just trying to hawk, and get another new client.
Right,
But it
right.
has a lot to do with having the proper mindset.
That's right, too. We haven't talked about that. That's another video. Well, great. Kimberly, thank you for so much. And I just want to tell our viewers that they can find you at klamarketing.net and klamarketing.com as well. Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Great. All right. Well, thanks again, Kimberly. And I know we're going to be speaking with you some more on this whole sales process and conversations. And again, I just want to thank you for joining me here today.
My pleasure. Thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome.